can do no wrong, clicking on all cylinders, closing out opponents in style. Other times they look ordinary, falling behind early and struggling to catch up. Which version will be on display tonight? Find out now on Masson.
It's a great day for baseball.
As usual here at Nationals Park, Ryan Zimmerman and the guys are getting ready for some action. It's game 3 of this series. Ryan's back in the lineup every day now. That's a good thing for the Nats offense. Now can the pitching live up to what the bats are doing? Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble. That's a big question around here. When the Nats pitch well, they're almost unbeatable.
Well, and just like we say with the offense, can you string some hits together? We need the pitchers, especially the starting pitchers, to string some good outings together and get this down. Look at the ERA for our starting rotation. The innings is way too low. Strikeouts, and then the opposing batting average against is well over 300. So, Bob, we need the starters to start going back to this 6 innings, 7 innings, go deep, go quality, and give the team an opportunity to win.
Like what John Lannon did. His third start against Milwaukee, struck out 5. He went 7 innings, gave up only 2 runs. Didn't get the decision, but it led to a win.
And the big thing was the ground ball outs. You know, getting 14 ground ball outs shows that he's got good stuff. He's getting in on people. He's getting the changeup down, and he's striking some people out too. Still 3 walks in each one of those 3 starts. He can cut down on the walks, keep people off the bases in front of their big sluggers. I think he can give us a good opportunity to come back and take the lead in this series in Colorado going into Humbaldo Jimenez's start tomorrow afternoon.
You'd sure like to be 2-1 going into that game. Wildy Avis, by the way, catches Lannon again tonight. The offense in high gear. 5 games on the homestand, 29 runs, 56 hits. They're 3-2 on the stand, and the Nats right now are 6th in the National League, a robust batting average of .269. P.S. Priority mail flat rate boxes only from the Postal Service. A simpler way to ship. Yeah, a simpler way to ship. There's one of our big ones in the water, and over here where we are dry enough to get the game started after a day of rain, it's the Rockies and the Nats. Colorado with this lineup. Brad Hawk hitting .361 in this series. He has an RBI. He's 2 for 8. But Todd Helton's out of the lineup. Ryan Spilborghs, who hit the ball well last night, also out of the lineup, as Jim Tracy gets some right-handed bats in there against John Lennon, who was very, very good his last time out. 2 career starts against the Rockies, 0-1 with a high ERA. And the Nats need a good outing from John to turn this thing right back around. We're underway right on time at 7:05. This is Carlos Gonzalez, who started the ball game here on Monday night and went 0 for 4. But he's hitting .333. They have a couple of speedy young outfielders at the top of this lineup, with Dexter Fowler next. All right up the middle. John hung a breaking ball, it appeared, and Carlos Gonzalez did not miss it. Rainy all day, mostly cloudy skies, very muggy, 55 degrees. Visit trainsearch.com and locate an independent train dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. They give us our game time weather. Rockies pounded out 14 hits last night. And here's Dexter Fowler hitting a .160, 1 for 6 in this series.
Bob, you said it in the open. The offense is getting it done. The defense is getting it done. The Nationals are only going to go as far as their starting rotation. So need some stops on defense as far as the pitching goes. Give our offense a chance to win these ball games.
Now John Lennon goes 3-0. Home plate umpire Mike Estabrook tonight. Paul Emmel, Bill Hahn, the crew chief, and Bruce Dreckman have the bases.
There's also a little bit of what people don't talk about against a Phillies team or a Yankees team. Pitchers get an adrenaline rush because you know the quality of team. This is a very good hitting team, just like the Brewers. You got to get up for them.
Jason Giambi is next in the number 3 spot. And that ball to right field. It is slicing, and a fair ball into the corner. They'll have runners at second and third and nobody out.
This gets too much of the hitting zone. It's a changeup. It's up. Then you see it go down the line. Willie Harris can't get to it. Cuts it off. No reason to try and score with no outs, and now the middle of their order coming up.
Jason Giambi, 4 strikeouts, 6 walks, without a base hit as a Rocky this year. He's 0 for 9. Not a dramatic shift by the Nationals defense, but Guzman is shading up the middle quite a bit, and Adam Kennedy is about 10 feet onto the outfield grass. John falls behind again. It's 2-0. Pudge Rodriguez the night off. He'll catch Levon tomorrow. Will Nieves is the catcher who caught John in his fine outing 5 nights ago in this ballpark. So good young players with speed aboard, as Pudge obviously looks on with concern here early.
Well, I mean, you got to throw your game plan out the window right here early. Second and third, no outs. You need a strikeout or a pop-up. And that should be the only thing going through John's head and Will Nieves' head right now.
Breaking ball. Looked like it caught part of the plate. Now it's 3-0.
It's a good pitch, but when you're all over the plate, you're not going to get this call. It's a strike. 2-0 on the UPS pitch track.
Yes, it is.
UPS store, and it's a strike, but can call it unless you consistently start hitting some spots. But you still got to play the game. You got to try to get out of this, minimal damage.
Trouble on deck with Troy Tulowitzki. 3-1 pitch. Giambi pops it out of play.
Good pitch right there. You know, sometimes you can do too much preparation. Too many charts, too many graphs, too many, you know, this guy's a 2-0, likes the fastball, blah, blah, blah. You know what? You got to throw that out the window now. You're in trouble. 2 guys on base. It's kind of an emergency right now. You got to throw all that stuff out the window and now attack Giambi and say, how can I get this guy out? How can I stop the bleeding right here?
3-2 pitch. Left field, near the line for Willingham. The Nets need an out. Josh grabs the foul ball. Runner's moving up, and the trail runner, gets into third base. So that's good running by Dexter Fowler after Gonzalez scored. And that quickly, the Rockies are on the board.
Scouting report on Johnny. Downward spiral on the ERA, 12 to 8 to 5 until this first inning. Been doing great, hitting his spots. That's what he has to get back to, and he's been relief for the pen in that last outing over 7 innings. So you got to think deep in the ball game, and you got to think minimize damage right here in the first inning.
All Tulowitzki has to do here is hit the ball anywhere but the pitcher or the third baseman, and he has an RBI. Lannon gets ahead with a tailing fastball. Troy's had a good series, a homer here last night, his first of the year. He's 4 for 8, batting average up to 286. Leading off the second inning last night. With the altitude that ball had, that would have been close to the top of the bleacher seats at Coors Field. Pretty good blast here as well.
And we didn't make the Rockies uncomfortable at all last night. Even the relievers that came in, the Rockies just stood there and wailed away on the pitching staff, and that makes John Lannon's hard that much more difficult. There's the pitch track, 90 right on the corner there.
Dexter Fowler with a double, moved up on the sac fly. Tulowitzki a chance to gather his 8th RBI. The Nats are facing a pitcher tonight who has really struggled early. So if John can keep this from being a big inning, all will be well, at least for now.
Well, and for Hamill, his worst outing of his career, basically, against Atlanta in his last outing. So he didn't even go 2 innings.
Tulowitzki gets the RBI grounder. Guzman to Dunn, 2 outs, and the Rockies have 2 quickly. Guzman shifts over to short from second base tonight, playing up the middle with Adam Kennedy. Zimmerman done at the corners. Niger between Willingham and Harris, and Wilmy Avis gets the start. Brad Hawpe is 2 for 8 with an RBI, batting .361. We featured him in our lineup page. Good right fielder, great arm, good left-handed bat in that number 5 spot. But Rob, I'm telling you, just like last night, I'm seeing some awfully comfortable swings here. You know, a lot of times we only talk about it when a guy's in trouble, but when you're not in trouble, like now with the bases empty, they're still standing in there and just wailing away. Off Lannon's leg. A chance to make the play. Scoops with the glove. And then it's scooped into the runner. But where was the runner? Was he between the lines? For now, he's called safe. And we just hope John Lannon's okay. That was a pretty quick shot off his leg.
This is a very hard shot right here. Hawpe just drives it right back up the box. It looks like it clips his left ankle. Let's see it at real speed.
It looked like Brad Hawk was running on the side of the line where you are supposed to be running.
Exactly.
He was within the box. He was not on the fair side of the first base line. Landon took one off his plant leg there. He's okay. And next up is Melvin Mora, who started his first game of the series last night and went 3 for 4 with an RBI and a walk.
Well, and I was going to comment on what you said. When you're going well, you're pitching inside, you're hitting your spots, you're backing guys off to set up the outside portion of the plate. And when you're not going good, in John's case, the ball's up in the air, but he got the ground ball there. When he's going well, he's going to get you 14 ground ball outs over 7 innings.
4 hits in this inning now. And that's a right-handed batter leaning way out over the plate to stroke a ball into right field. Almost a perfect pitch to follow up what Rob and I were talking about moving somebody off that dish. And now Chris Iannetta, the catcher, comes in. He's the backup catcher now. He's only 4 for 24. And this is a catcher who came onto the scene a couple of years ago and played errorless ball for almost his first 2 years behind home plate for the Rockies, but he hasn't hit much. Looked like a first pitch changeup low and away. Iannetta, 2 solo homers on the year. This inning needs to stop right here. Second base Hawk, first base Mora, who's now 4 for 5 in this series. Laid off another changeup. Number 8 hitter Clint Barmas. And these have been some long innings lately.
A lot of pitches. I mean, he's already up to 25 right now. Has been averaging 91 pitches per 7 innings.
Livan Hernandez right now is the only pitcher on the staff who has put together back-to-back good starts.
After the hitters, you can get out, and then you work around the hitters that are going to do the most damage. And Iannetta coming in, hitting 167.
And of course, pitch track has that as a strike. But Mike Estabrook's zone is just like Bruce Dreckman's last night. Now he walks the bases loaded. Talked to a couple of the Rockies broadcasters after the game last night. Their assessment of the strike zone for our pitcher was the same as our assessment for their pitcher. So all of us could see that the opposing pitcher was getting squeezed. And here's Clint Barmas, a good contact man, even though he's only batting .216. Not even close, 2-0. Here comes Steve McCaddy. He's made a lot of first inning visits to the mound this year. Don Baylor talking to Jason Hamill, the next hitter.
Jiminy Christmas.
He's telling his pitcher he's going to be up there and hit the ball into the left field corner.
If it's in, hit it down the left field line. If it's away, smack it into right field.
Two and 0 to Barmas. That's got the corner, 2-2.
Those last two pitches, good velocity, but the follow through was perfect too. And I'll tell you in a minute what I think McCaddy told him.
Runners will be moving now with 2 outs and a 3-2 pitch.
Sometimes you don't finish off your pitches and follow through towards the catcher, get all your momentum going forward. And I think he wants him to try to throw it through Will Nieves just to get the complete follow through, let the ball go.
Yes, the pitcher on deck here in the first inning. And a well-hit ball to center, but Niger Morgan is there. John Lannon, nearly 36 pitches and 2 for the Rockies. That department, 7th in runs and tied for first in steals. Christian Guzman for the 18th time had 4 hits in a game. That happened last night. He had an RBI. He's hitting .362. He's in the number 2 spot with Zimmerman, Dunn, and Willingham to follow. Left-handed batters, Willie Harris and Adam Kennedy getting starts against the right-hander. 27-year-old Jason Hamill, 10-8 for the Rockies last year. But the numbers not very good to start 0-10.
Let's give you the scouting report on Mr. Hamill. He's got a very good overhand curve, but sometimes it's out of the strike zone. So he has to come in with the fastball. So he has to keep that down. And he needs to pitch inside to be effective. His last outing, as we talked about, one of the shortest of his career, he got shellacked by the Atlanta Braves. So another pitcher right there that needs to get ahead in the count and then get to the breaking stuff.
Niger Morgan takes the ball high. He's been on base 3 times in the series, 2 for 6 and a walk with an RBI. And over his last 7 games, he's hitting nearly .300. Respectable on base average of .368. If he gets that thing up about 20 points or more, then the Nats are really on to something with his speed aboard.
Straight over the top delivery.
He's very rangy, as we say, 6'6", a slim 215 for that size, and a 2-1 coming. Phillies and the Braves underway. No score in Atlanta early after that amazing comeback by the Braves last night. Roy Halladay going for Philly, trying to stop a 3-game losing streak. Yeah, the Phillies have lost 3 in a row. They're tied with the Braves at 8-5. The Marlins are 8-6. They're at Houston again tonight. And the Mets entertain the Cubs. Josh Johnson going for Florida tonight. Morgan out to left center. That'll hang up for Dexter Fowler. Line drives all over the place for Guzman, who's been a terror from the right side of the plate this year. He's hitting .400. Right-handed, 10 hits and 25 at-bats.
Well, and he's very comfortable at the plate. And if you notice here, he goes the other way very well. When he gets a pitch in, he crushes it. That's when he knows that's his power. But now you see Pudge Rodriguez, Christian Guzman, guys that are older, may not have the same strength they had 10 years ago. They're a heck of a lot smarter. Now they pitch recognition and, okay, you're going to throw me away. I'm just going to slap it that way. You take where the pitch is thrown and hit it that way.
Hamill just missing.
Nice changeup.
Sure was. Guzman not bad from the left side either. He's 7 for 22. I was talking with one of the scouts at the ballpark tonight. He mentioned something to me I hadn't even thought of. We were talking about how good the weather has been around baseball. No rainouts really to speak of, and the weather warmer than usual. He said the batting averages are going to be higher this year because guys who usually suffer through cold weather in April, a lot of them are off to good starts. We may look up in June and July and see some pretty lofty batting averages this time.
Those guys are already hot. There's a lot more guys that are streaking. There's also a lot of guys still that are struggling. I mean, we worry about Adam Dunn, but, you know, David Ortiz and J.D. Drew come to mind in Boston. And there you see the big hook. They call it the 12-6 because that's the motion the ball has. Big, tall right-hander straight over the top. Not many guys throw like this. A guy named Bob Scanlon.
Yeah, Cubs.
Played Cubs, Brewers. He was a big, lanky guy like this that threw over the top.
And the ball's coming downhill. Hitters don't like that.
Well, it's the angle. You know, you like that downward plane. You want that angle to go down because you get a lot of ground balls like that. And that's our John Lannon. When he's on, he's got the downward plane on his pitches.
A hot swinging Zimmerman on deck. Guzman takes a fastball right down the middle. 2 outs. Ryan had a big night last night. 3 for 4. His second home run of the year.
You talk about not hitting your spots or hitting your spots. That was just a fastball into the hitting zone for Zimmerman. De La Rosa can only watch it go goodbye.
A pitcher that seldom gives up a home run.
But you don't get it in. These guys are good enough to turn around 95. And as you said last night, for a 29-year-old guy that throws like De La Rosa, and he's just now starting to figure it out. Pitching's not that easy.
Hamill, despite his 11.42 ERA, hasn't given up a home run either. Fastball stays away 2-0. Ryan in this series is 3 for 9. He could easily be 6 for 9. Hit shots all over the place here Monday night, right at Rockies defenders. 2-0 here. He went biting on the breaking ball, according to the umpire.
Let's check out the side view, see if he broke that plane. No, pretty close. Looks like he's pretty close to going over the plate. You may have 3 or 4 great pitches, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're a pitcher. You have to be able to throw them in proper sequence, and then if all else fails, say 2-0, sometimes you just have to throw a strike like a BP fastball. That's what Livan Hernandez has made a living doing the last few years.
3-1. Breaking ball down and away, and the Nats have their first base runner. Jim Riggleman was addressing Adam Dunn's slump today, and he had some interesting comments to make. Adam's 7 for 43 on the year, but as the manager noted, he's walked 14 times this year. He said that's not exactly like getting base hits, but he's still getting on base for good hitters like Willingham and Pudge Rodriguez to follow, and that still means something to the ball club.
Well, and as long as the Hammer and Zim keep hitting.
That's off the glove of Giambi. Adams got to hurry. He beats it out. And that will probably go as his second infield hit of the year.
I was going to say, the more the guys around him protecting Adam keep hitting, the better selective pitches Adam's going to get to break himself out of this slump. You see Zim try to escape the ball. Get to second base. Good hustle by Adam Dunn. And that's the one thing. I don't know if Briggs talked about that. He has hustled throughout this whole process the first couple of weeks. A couple of balls that dropped in, one against the Brewers the other day. Adam was standing on second base. I mean, that's some stuff that we see certain base runners on other teams that aren't hustling out those balls.
Yep. Here's Josh Willingham in a big spot early in the ball game.
Last night was Alfonso Soriano in New York at Citi Field, did what David Wright did. Thought it was a home run, Cadillac'd it coming out of the box, did his little hop, jump, skip deal. And Lou Piniella, when he learned about it after the game, was livid.
Should be.
You can't assume every ball is going to leave the ballpark.
Josh hitless in this series, but he has 3 walks. 2-0. Willie Harris. A big home run here Monday night. Nationals in the top 6 in the league, flirting with 270. Very good with runners aboard. The on-base percentage led by Pudge Rodriguez and Josh Willingham. The slugging led by those two, plus Zimmerman. Nearly 50 extra base hits, and the only category lacking power, only Houston with 4 homers, hitting fewer than the Nats 10. But they're stringing lots of hits together. And that'll be an easy 2-hopper for Tulowitzki, and the first inning is over. Nats give up 2, then they strand 2. Rockies up by a couple. Rockies up there with the Marlins and the Nats, the Dodgers, Phillies, and you can call for the Luna Double. Get your second room of flooring free at 877-241-LUNA. Coach Rodriguez is right in the middle of that whole thing. Rodriguez 7 doubles already. That leads the league with Kelly Johnson and Jason Worth. Ryan Zimmerman has 6.
What, that one game against us, Jason Worth, didn't he have 3 doubles?
I believe so.
Broke him out of his slump.
Jason Hamill, the pitcher, batting mark 0 for 2 this year, 7 for 58 in his career. Breaking ball, John makes quick work of him, his first strikeout. Top of the order now, Carlos Gonzalez and Dexter Fowler. Join the Nats in celebrating Earth Day tomorrow. 4:35 game. You can drop off a recyclable bottle, glass, aluminum, or plastic outside the center field gates tomorrow. And that's from the time the gates open until the 3rd inning. You get a voucher printed on recycled paper, 50% off select tickets, courtesy of Coke. You can use them tomorrow or any Monday through Thursday game in May through June. Some restrictions may apply. Carlos Gonzalez with a base hit up the middle first time, got the Rockies on their way to a 2-run first. He'll drop one into left field. He's a running threat, even though he's 0 for 2 this year. Here's Dexter Fowler, who doubled with a flare down the right field line that set up the Rockies inning. There goes Gonzalez. Nieves throw. Shortstop side. Runner safe. That's only the 5th stolen base of the year for the Rockies as a team. They're in the bottom 3 in the league in that category, but he's in scoring position.
Let's see the lead right here. He's stepping off, and he's kind of never really looked over and make him stop. And Gonzalez just stole second.
Yeah, that was stolen on John Landon, not Will Nieves. So Will is 0 for 5, working with different pitchers. Nobody runs, at least only one guy in 11 games when Pudge Rodriguez is behind the plate. No knock on Will. He's a good catch and throw guy, but he's got to get some help.
Yeah, I mean, you got to stop. That's why you differ your times to home plate. You step off. Sometimes you throw over. You can't forget about them. I mean, Gonzalez and Fowler, 2 of the fastest guys in the National League. Just got to make him stop, make him dive back a few times.
This kid hitting can fly. Back to the screen, 2-2.
I mean, there's certain pitchers, and I know you have been doing this for 30 years, where they'll throw over 5 times in a row every time a guy gets on first. With no
intention of picking anybody off.
But you wear the guy out. You wear him down. You make him dive. You make him dive. The guy eventually, you know, like the Juan Pierres and the Louis Castillos, those guys get sick of leading off the base. They stand a foot from the bag.
And of course, you pick which runners you treat that way.
Now, if Giambi's over there on first base, you got to give him as much attention as these 2 speed burners. But it's the same thing with our own Nyjer Morgan. If another opposing pitcher goes to sleep on our guys, they're going to take off.
Yeah. And a 2-2 to Fowler. Yeah, if you pick a guy like that off, it's because Adam Dunn is regaling him with conversation. He's known to be a little chatty over there. 2-2 to Fowler. Giambi on deck. Rockies threatening again.
Fowler came into this series in a huge slump. You need to attack the guys you can get out. Giambi came in, what, 0 for 9?
Yeah, well, 0 for 8. He was 0 for 1 last night. And then Fowler didn't even play in the game on Monday. Started the game last night hitting a $156.
Iannetta hitting a $167, and he walked. I mean, it's just it's pretty simple stuff. It's not rocket science. Got to fight some battles and then pitch around other guys.
Into right field, it'll hang up for Willie Harris. Willie's got it. And 2 outs here in the top of the second. That'll bring up Giambi, a lefty-lefty matchup. I thought Willie was struggling with the lights right there for just a moment. Right there.
Yes, he was. And
then he found
it. Thought he was calling off Niger, but no, he was calling for help.
I'm not sure that ball was high enough to be lost in the sky. I think that was in the lights, and that's the first time we've seen that happen this year. Here's Giambi, who hit the sac fly down the left field line first time. Landon starts him with a breaking ball for a strike.
Well, and on Fowler, he had him off balance, leaning out over the plate on a great changeup. And that's the kind of stuff you want Landon to do, get the ground balls and the off balance fly balls. Very nice breaking ball. Well, I think John has settled down after that first inning, and sometimes you have to do a little extra throwing after your warm-up, and 34 pitches in the first inning. Right now 15 in the second inning, so put them away and get the offense back out there.
Swing and a foul tip held on by Nieves. Lennon gets a couple of Ks in the second. Rockies do not score. Harris, Kennedy, and then Will Nieves coming up. In the second inning Monday night, he made some big noise. See him take that little peek to right field?
Yep, Hot Rod Harris, short to the ball, quick. Get it up and in, and he jacked it right out of the ballpark.
3-run homer. Dunn had walked. Rodriguez had singled. And the Nats were on their way to a 5-2 win in Game 1 of this series. Willie hitting a heavy .217 right now with 2 homers, 6 RBIs, 5 walks, a couple of stolen bases, and very good contributions defensively. Jim Riggleman said today, and you'll see this on MASNsports.com shortly with his video blog for the week, he finds a lot of joy in managing guys like Willie Harris and Willie Taveras when he can get them in the lineup. He said it's a lot of fun to handle the personnel and make sure these guys get their playing time so they can contribute to a winning ball club. Fastball up, it's 1-2.
the home cooking.
He's always hit well here. Big gap in right center. Breaking ball evens the count.
Well, and hopefully for us, Hamill, who has a very good fastball breaking ball combo tonight, the colder it gets, the slicker the grip will be for him, and it'll be hard to pull down on the ball. Maybe leave a few of those balls up. It's kind of misty out there.
He had Willie reaching out trying to pull that pitch, and that's what happens. Ground ball to second. Adam Kennedy coming up. Nationals baseball brought to you in part by Hager. Established in 1926. Your own great moment starts at Hager.com. Official outfitters of Nats Extra.
Guess we don't rate. We get no pants. I don't know if you heard about the like people who did the whole snowball fight here in D.C. in the winter.
Yeah.
Finish my thought in a second.
Kennedy flies to Gonzalez deep in left center. Hit that ball about 360 feet.
I guess they rode the public transportation, trains, subways, etc., buses, and they did a pants-off day. And everybody was riding around D.C. with no pants on. So it's kind of this underground uprising of fun in the D.C. area. Get Hager slacks on board with that pants-off deal. Take your pants off, but slip on some Hager slacks.
How about some runners on? Here's Wilmy Avis with 2 outs and the bases empty. Right over the plate. Must have been low. Will with an RBI this year, 3 for 13. Catches about 1 out of every 4 games. And Jim Riggleman had a funny thing to say today when one of the reporters asked him if he believes in the, quote, personal catcher sort of thing, where one guy catches a certain guy. He said he totally agrees with his mentor, Whitey Herzog. And Jim really had to paraphrase what Whitey had to say about that years ago. He says, if you're on the ball club, you work with anybody on this team. No personal catchers, even though Will catches John Lennon for the 2nd straight time. Two and 1 to Will. Trying to get aboard so John Lennon can bat here in the 2nd. Right now, Hamill has the right-handed batters and even some of the lefties trying to pull everything he throws.
Well, he's going upstairs with the fastball and downstairs with the breaking ball, and he's getting a lot of bad swings right now. And what I mean by bad swings is jam shots and off the end of the bat. That's when you get guys kind of off balance. See that right there? I mean, you got a guy trying to go to right, so you tie up his hands and he can't do anything with it. Yeah, Whitey Herzog's going to the Hall of Fame this year, isn't he?
He is.
So congratulations to Mr. Herzog. I actually got drafted by the Cardinals. Went down to Old Shea Stadium to throw before Mr. Herzog and some other people there. Threw to Darryl Porter.
Busch Stadium, you mean?
No, it was Shea.
It was in
They
New
were
York.
playing the Mets. Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Being from Connecticut.
To Lewitzki. Will probably be assessed his 2nd error of the year as the Nats get a gift that'll enable their pitcher to bat here in the 2nd inning. So on a situation like that, is that the bullpen mound, or do you go out on the stadium mound?
No, it was the bullpen mound, and it was trying to think of some of the other gentlemen that were there. No, what was it? Red Shane Deist.
Red Shane Deist.
Shane Deist, and
was George Kissel there?
Not Kissel.
He didn't work much with pitchers, George.
There was another older scout. I mean, really older scout. This is 1982.
His name wasn't Fred McAllister, was it?
No. Okay. Small gentleman like Tuttle or
Hub Kittle.
Hub Kittle. Thank you.
A former pitching coach with the Houston Astros.
Mm-hmm.
Outside 1-1. What was that like going to a major league ballpark and throwing for those guys?
Mind-blowing, because I had never been to a major league game before. And, you know, I'd been to some minor league games in Bristol, Connecticut, where the AA Red Sox were, and New Haven, West Haven, where the AA A's were, and Yankees. So you want to talk about excited and pumped up to throw, and you're throwing Daryl Porter, who you just watched on TV. I think the Mets used to play on like WPIX. I'd go down to my grandfather's house and watch it on TV.
Cool. Lennon foul tips it, and the inning is over. 2 Ks for Hamill, who leads by 2. The South Capitol Street Bridge over the Anacostia. For IT pros, and here's Debbie.
Well, no one knows better than John Lannon that pitching and defense go hand in hand. I asked him to describe this much improved Nationals defense.
Up the middle, I mean, it's scrappy, but it does the job. You know, they turn the double plays and they get to balls in the hole, and then Zim is just solid over there, and then Dunn is just such a big target that, I mean, any throw, anything, he's like a cat out there. So it's great to know that anything on the ground is there's a good chance of getting caught and thrown to first base.
And the Nats are doing just that. They're catching the ball. Their fielding percentage is .992, and they've only made one error, more than one error in a game once this season. Bob?
That's good news, Debbie, and right now, statistically, the Nats are 6th in the league. This ball well hit by Tulowitzki, and Nyjer Morgan chases it down 395 feet away.
Got speed to catch up to those. Let your defense help you.
It's a fair ballpark.
Oh, it's a fair ballpark. I mean, there are some short little corners, but you just try to keep it away from those areas on the batter, and you'll do well here. We got some guys that can track it down. And then Hammer will dive for everything.
John Lannon needing some quick outs at this stage of the game, and he misses to Brad Hawk.
No, he's done a great job after that first inning.
Yeah.
13 strikes, 2 balls in the second inning. 3 out of the 4 hitters, first pitch strikes. Just stay hot, John. Right where you're at.
Hawk with that infield hit off John's leg first time. Good heartbreaking ball. 2-1. Brad Hawk 3 for 9 in this series. Melvin Mora suddenly red hot next.
And that left ankle can't be feeling too good right now. The shot he took off of it earlier.
Probably got sprayed with ethyl chloride a couple of times in your career, didn't you?
Yeah, but I don't think they do that anymore.
That old freezing agent spray they used to use.
The freeze spray that took off 3 layers of skin, and I don't think it really had any purpose.
That ball was hanging, and it's hit a long way out toward the scoreboard. Morgan can watch it leave the ballpark, and the Rockies lead 3-0. John Lannon hung one up high, and Brad Hawk hung it way out there. His 3rd of the year.
John Lannon knows the UPS store will show it. He doesn't want to be up in the zone right there. And that ball didn't break downward until it was right in the middle of the zone, and Hop jumps all over it. Exmo showing the damage.
That was right in the middle of the plate. Through the twilight over the scoreboard, 3-0 Colorado. Mora goes up the middle. Lannon can't get it, but Guzman is there. Chris John showing some range. 2 outs. Chris Iannetta is the hitter. During the next half inning, when Jim Riggleman's top of the order is up, he'll join us live. It is Wired Wednesday, brought to you by Verizon Wireless. John Lannon now facing Chris Iannetta. Our scorer, Ben Tritipo, tells us that John Lannon got a piece of that ball, so we'll call it a 1-6-3.
An assist.
To Iannetta.
John, go get this guy. We got 8-9-1 in the next inning. We got 3 runs in our dugout.
Three and one. Don't want to walk this guy again. He's hitting 167. Clint Barmas on deck. You don't want the Rockies to even come close to getting their pitcher up here in the third.
Nice 3-1 changeup.
It's a night for jackets and hoodies at the ballpark. On a pitch up, Zimmerman gobbles it up. Right over to Adam Dunn. Rockies get a run on the Hall homer. Nyjer Morgan will lead off. Speed, excitement. He's an agitator on the bases. The Nats need him aboard. First of all, your thoughts on John Lannon with the first inning and then the breaking ball he led upstairs for Brad Hawk.
Yeah, well, you know, John's throwing the ball fine, but the breaking ball to the left-handed hitter has been a little bit of a problem. It's kind of been an issue with him, really something that it's an ongoing process for him to do a better job with his breaking ball to the lefty. And
wow, look at that stay fair.
couldn't have a better bunt right there from Nigel Morgan. And, Jim, I wanted to ask you, I see a lot out here working on stuff before batting practice, but you're also doing some discussion work. I mean, you got all the guys gathered around and you're talking about situational baseball. Would you say the team's doing a much better job of thinking before they do stuff this year?
I think they're doing a good job. You know, our guys are playing hard and they're very receptive. You know, when myself and the coaches talk to them about things and bring up some situations, they're really receptive. And then when something happens in the game, you know, it really sinks in better because you've just talked about it and they kind of get on board with it.
Here's Kristen Guzman. Niger has his front foot to the cut of the grass. Hamill, to stop him, steps off. Niger's been getting on base, Jim, a lot more over the last week or so. He's batting nearly 300 in this last week. What does that mean to your ball club to have him out there and disrupting for you?
Well, just that. You know, he can be disruptive, and you know, it's just a great asset to have a guy like that at the top who's getting on base, getting some walks. You know, not too many strikeouts lately, getting some walks and put that bunt down right there. It's got to be a big part of his game.
My final one for you, Jim. Matt Capps doing a great job closing down, getting that final out. You know, has he made any changes, or has he just been consistent doing something out there in the ninth?
I'm just trying to get him to be Dibble-like, you know.
Dibble-esque?
No, he's really throwing the ball good.
Yep.
Just, he was okay in spring training, but he's been outstanding to this point in the season.
All right, Christian Guzman, Jim, number 2 hole tonight. You've moved him around defensively. It does not seem to have affected his offense at all.
Not at all. Not at all. He's been great. You know, he and Kennedy and Ian Desmond up the middle, they've all been outstanding to deal with in the situation we have with 3 guys for 2 positions there.
Hey, Jim, thanks so much for your time. We'll let you manage your way back to a tie ball game or a lead here. Thanks so much.
Hey, Bob. Rob, thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Every Wednesday, Wired Wednesday, here on Masson HD. Kristen Guzman with a count of 1-0. Nigel Morgan has the pitcher's attention. That makes Guzman even more dangerous. But he gets under that one and flies it to left. Carlos Gonzalez short of the track for the first out.
I think it's a question of what we talked about last night, Bob. It's not too many things that need to be tightened up on this ball club. It's the pitching. You know, last year was the pitching, the defense, the offense at times. You know, there's all kinds of things going on. And you know, now Jim Riggleman and Steve McCaddy and Mike Rizzo just need to figure out to get 5 guys that can go out there, do their job every 5th day, and give this team a chance to go to the postseason.
Ryan Zimmerman walked his first time. Morgan doesn't have to get to second base to be driven in by Zimmerman. Now, the Rockies' outfield defense is interesting here because when Zimmerman's hot, the ball goes to center and right center a lot, and they're giving him a real big gap out there. That indicates that Hamill wants to work in on Ryan's hands at least part of the time. Well, you make a mistake in there, he'll hit one into the bullpen on the other side. Morgan, not a very big lead. Swipe tag Giambi.
Well, this is what we talked about with John Lannon. You can't forget the speed demons over at first base, and Hamill just keeps throwing over. Occasionally he'll give him the good move. And what I mean by that is a lot of times you just throw over, you're going through kind of a routine of a thing, and then you do a real quick move to try to pick the guy off.
Breaking ball outside to Zimmerman. The Nats have 2 infield hits, one of them a bunt against Jason Hamill, who came in with an ERA of 11.42 and an opponent's batting average 438. Maybe the second time around the order they figure a thing or 2 out. Zimmerman lines it hard up the middle. Niger has to stop at second. Ryan Zimmerman on base for the second time, and now he's 4 for 10 in this series.
Well, and the one thing we talked about De La Rosa last year, he finished the season 16-3, so he figured it out. Hamill on the road last year, Bob. Here you see the Exmo, the smash back up the box. gets too fat of the plate here, falling behind 2-0, and hopefully Nigel Morgan had a lot to do with that, distracting him at first base. Hamill had the lowest ERA of anybody on this staff last year, including Jason Marquis, just over 3 on the road. So at least on the road last year for Hamill, he had it figured out.
Big spot again for Adam Dunn. Infield hit first time up. Weather hasn't exactly cleared off, but it's good enough to play. We got underway at 7:05 here at Nationals Park. Bob, Rob, and Debbie, our Masson HD crew tonight. 3-0 Rockies, bottom of the third. Adam Dunn could change that in a heartbeat. That's into the corner, but hooking foul.
Have to fight off a lot of people for those souvenirs tonight, Bob.
Yeah, I'm sure the weather kept a lot of folks away.
Capitals are playing tonight.
Hopefully the 4:30 game, better weather, and a series finale tomorrow. 1-1 to Dunn. Pulls it. Fair ball. Giambi cannot get it.
Zim.
Morgan scores.
Come on, Zim.
Zimmerman
Keep
to
going,
third.
keep going.
Pat Listash will send him. Brad Hoff's throw is offline, and Adam Dunn drives in 2 runs.
Sweet. Adam Dunn gets this ball. They're working him in, working a lot of breaking balls. Pulled one foul, gets that one fair by Giambi. Hoff with a great arm. Overthrows the cutoff man way offline. Zim scores easily. It's a 1-run ball game.
Good aggressive coaching by Pat Listash, knowing that Brad Hoff was going to pick up a wet baseball down that line. And now the tying run's in scoring position for Josh Willingham.
Nigel Morgan got this whole inning going. Not only with that bunt single, disrupting Hamill's concentration with Zim up there.
And I do believe the absence of Todd Helton at first base didn't hurt the Nats on that play either.
And Niger just was so quick. He was on camera and then he was gone.
He's like cool Papa Bell.
Now you see him, now you don't.
Willingham ties the game with a base hit. His 11th RBI, and the Nats are back even here in the third.
Big Bad Dunn. Can't keep a hammer down. The Exmo will show him smoking this ball. Look at that head. Right on top. Eyes right on the ball all the way to the bat. Dexter Fowler throws it into second. Adam Dunn scores easily. And now it's Hot Rod's turn.
So Adam Dunn doubles his RBI total on one swing. Josh Willingham adds his 11th. And the Nats are back even here with more offense.
After the game last night, I asked Adam Dunn how he felt, and he said, I'm fine. I'm going to work out of this. 2 hits tonight. Might not be homers, but he's fighting his way out.
Willie Harris pulled the ball first time to second base.
A lot of it, though, has to do with the hammer and Zim. They're hot bats. Though Hamill didn't challenge him, threw too many pitches around the zone, and then Adam was able to hit that double. It's all good now. That's town.
On the corner, 1 ball, 1 strike.
John Lannon. Adam.
Harris got a breaking ball and bounces it foul. And the count goes to 1-2 in Game 3 of this series. Nats won 5-2 Monday. Rockies 10-4 last night. Both ball clubs on their way to another double-digit hit night. Adam Kennedy waiting here in the third, still only one out. Breaking ball rings up Willie Harris. Started off the plate, came right back in. Third strikeout for Jason Hamel. Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Miller Lite Party Night at the ballpark. Score a Scoreboard Pavilion seat and drink voucher for just $20. It's $22 for Prime Games. Come early, pregame happy hour at the Miller Lite Scoreboard Walk Bar featuring $5 beers. Here's Kennedy, flied to left first time.
I don't know if you saw the highlights of the Atlanta-Philly game. Kendrick threw a gem versus Tommy Hanson, but then bam, meltdown of Ryan Madsen. So they're still waiting on Lidge to get back, and that doesn't necessarily mean the Phillies are going to roll again. Everybody's got their issues.
Willingham running, got a good break. He's in there easily. And Josh Willingham 3 for 3 stealing bases this year. And the Nats have their 15th of the year, a league leading total.
Well, smart base running right here. You know that Alibo's not in the game. Iannetta is. Not the same kind of throwing arm.
He's 0 for 8 throwing out runners this year, or attempting to do so. So I was a little surprised Niger Morgan wasn't able to do any moving around, but he came around to score anyway. And a 1-1 to Kennedy, who could give the Nats a lead with a single base hit.
A little different situation, though. We were down 3 runs. You don't want to get thrown out in that situation. Now it's a tie game, but I see your point. I thought Hamill did a great job of trying to keep him close.
Well, Willingham is running because teams aren't paying attention to him.
He's got good speed. I mean, he's been getting a lot of balls in the outfield. Been playing some great defense this year.
The Hammer's the early favorite for 2020 this year. 3 homers, 3 steals. But this is what Jim Riggleman talks about with Adam Kennedy, those numbers you see. He came in hitting .257, but he's the kind of guy that will get the big hit for you.
Clutch.
Because he's such a good, experienced veteran.
He's very clutch.
1-2 to Adam. Wow, it was close.
That's a good pitch. Well, just like their announcers last night, I mean, these umpires don't give either way. They're not going to budge on this postage stamp strike zone right now. And he's hearing it from their dugout and doesn't like it. I think that's Bob Apodaca.
Pitcher coaches take that personally. They're protecting their guys. 2-2 to Kennedy. Adam goes up the middle. To his right, Barmas.
Go!
And the Nationals will score the lead run.
Baby.
Barmas literally kicked the ball all the way over to Melvin Mora. And the Nationals get a break and take the lead. Second error on the infield of the Rockies tonight.
Rather be lucky than good. We get a little bit of luck right here. The stolen base by the Hammer. Barmas, a normally sure-handed second baseman. Not only did he boot it, he knocked it all the way to third base. And you're right, Bob. He kicked it with the left foot, the Exmo, showing the action.
And that usually gets picked up by the shortstop, but Tulowitzki was heading over for a possible force play, and he kicked it right by him. So here's Will Nieves. And the Nats have scored 4 runs or more for the 11th consecutive game. Breaking ball misses. And that fastball that was not called a strike, now the error will cost Jason Hamill some extra pitches here in the third inning. Already a long frame for him. He's right at the 60 pitch mark on his next one.
And that's why also the pitching coach Bob Apodaca was so upset with that non-call, the ball.
Another runner going, and Will Nieves hits it out of play. And Adam Kennedy had a tremendous jump on that one.
It's not just missing the call, and you and I have both seen this. It's usually 5 more pitches for your guy, 10 more pitches for your guy. You know, and so missing some calls here and there might not seem like a big deal to most people, but when you're talking about, you know, a guy being pulled out of the game because he's at 100 pitches in the 5th inning, it's a big deal.
Will Nieves reached on Tulowitzki's error first time. Runner going again. Will Nieves with a base hit right behind him. First and third, 2 outs, and John Lannon will get to the plate.
Boy, Bob, when you're right, you're right. Second trip through the lineup has just been devastating for Hamill. Our Will Nieves is a master inside out to right field. Yeah, John Lannon, big situation right here. You just want to try to make some contact, put it in play, hope for the best.
I just love the way that Jim Riggleman turns these rabbits loose. Bob Apodaca now.
Excellent pitching coach.
His pitcher is beyond 60. So is John Lannon for that matter. But the pitchers are going sort of in opposite directions right now. Lannon, except for one breaking ball to Brad Hopp, has straightened out his evening. John has 1 career RBI. He could really give the Rockies a headache here. Ball 1.
Listen, not every win's going to be pretty. It's not going to be textbook. Some days you got to fight it out, slug it out.
Some days the guy boots one for you.
Absolutely. So no matter what, John, stay out there as long as you can. And just score as many runs as you can, because it just seems like it's going to be one of those nights.
Lannon, left field line. Oh, foul ball.
What we're talking about. Just make some contact. Exmo will show the action just behind that ball.
Breaking ball drops in, 1-2. Adam Kennedy reached on the huge error by Clint Barmas. Will Nieves, a base hit, 1-2 to Lannon. And the ump's going to give him that one near the outside corner. The Nats get 4 runs, 3 earned. After Morgan's bunt, it was a Zimmerman single. The luxury that's more than a luxury. Well, it's not a beautiful night in our nation's capital, but it sure looks a lot better than it did noon, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock this afternoon. And now that the Nats have scored 4, feels downright sunny. Here's Clint Barmas, who made that error. Pitcher spot due up next. No activity in the Rockies bullpen, so they will stay with Jason Hamill for now. The Nats finally on top. Barmas flied out to center first time up, and that was with the bases loaded, ending that already 2-run first inning.
All right, John, you got to go back on the offensive, attack the strike zone. Guys just got you 4 back.
Now you're facing 8-9 before you get back through that order again. 2-1 to Barmas. Base hit. Now the pitcher can bunt. Let's join our friends at DynCorp International in saluting our troops and in thanking them for all the wonderful things they do here and abroad. They're here at the ballpark every night. Sometimes it's injured troops from Walter Reed. No matter what branch of the service they come from, we appreciate them and what they're doing to fight so that we are free to live our lives here. Thanks to DynCorp for recognizing that, and we're right there with you. Hamill, 3 career sacrifice bunts. Lannon got a strike. Little check of the runner. Doesn't hurt to keep that guy a little closer to first base either. A throw over there might keep him from making it to second base, should a throw head that way. Hamill bunts it.
Take the out.
Yeah. Only one play. Barmas got a good jump. And the Rockies have the tying run at second base. 1-4 if you're keeping score. Top of the order, Gonzalez and Fowler. Ball was bunted rather hard, but I think Barmas had a really good jump here.
Well, and remember the conditions. It's a little bit wet. The ball might come up to you a little bit wet. Probably had time to get him at second, but that's going to take a perfect throw, perfect feed. You don't want to muck it up, 007. You want to make sure you get those sure outs.
Well, a big part of playing better defense, like the Nats are this year, Rob, is making good decisions. It's tough enough to make the routine plays at times without trying to stretch it.
And I think fundamentally, if you take the outs when they're offered and given, you're going to work your way out of a lot more jams. But if you try to make the superhuman effort play, and that ball goes into center field, now you're in a world of hurt with the top of the order coming back up.
Oh, 0-1. Base hit. Barmas coming home to tie the game. Unless the throw gets him. And man, that was close. Josh Willingham made up some serious room at the end of that play, and Nieves almost was able to keep him off the plate.
Well, I think the umpire's saying that he tagged behind him, that the runner beat the throw. Here comes Barmas right into your living room. You be the judge. It looked like he got him there.
And suddenly Carlos Gonzalez is unstoppable. 3 for 3 tonight. Rockies are back even. And John Lannon's really having a problem with the top of their order tonight. Here's Fowler, who doubled earlier. And he checks Gonzalez, who stole a base 2 innings ago. Say one thing about this Colorado team. They don't make easy outs. They hit line drives, hard ground balls. They put on quite a show here last night. They have 8 more hits this evening. And there's going to be a lot of bullpen work in this ball game by both clubs before the 9th inning is over.
Well, you and I were scratching our heads. Ryan Spilborghs had a great night last night. Went opposite field for a home run, and he wasn't in the lineup against the lefty.
Yeah.
But obviously Jim Tracy had a feeling about these 2 youngsters, Fowler has not been swinging the bat well. Gonzalez has.
And that also means they probably have a scouting report on John Lannon that says he is struggling, as Jim Riggleman noted, with that breaking ball right now against left-handed batters. Look at that swing. Man. Fowler's gone the other way twice against Lannon pitches, so that's a good approach as John works a lot of right-handers away. He's doubled down the line and flied to Willie Harris.
Well, 0-2, I wouldn't mind seeing somebody at least hit the dirt and look up at the sky once in this series.
It's not where Will's set up. That almost looked like a pitch out.
You can't always go for the kill on the 0-2 pitch. Outside, maybe change up. Sometimes you just got to keep guys honest.
I'd love to see that last pitch after a fastball up and in. Now he goes in with the target. Pretty good jam job there. Zimmerman's got it.
Beautiful play.
Makes it look routine, doesn't he? 2 outs.
That is anything but routine.
That's a great pitch by John Lannon.
Great jam shot by John Lannon, tying up Fowler. This is even better by your Gold Glove Zim. That's a guy that's one of the faster runners in the league, going down that line. It's wet, nasty, makes a perfect play.
Giambi up now for the 3rd time.
In the offense and the defense. Come on, Johnny.
Shift is on.
If you're having trouble with that curveball, you got to put it on the shelf. We've talked about it. Go along with the game.
Brad Hawk killed one.
Get the lead. Try to keep the lead.
And Giambi out to short. Long run for Guzman. Safe is Giambi. A 2-hopping throw as Guzman was playing up the middle on the shift. That'll bring up Tulowitzki here.
Christian makes a great play. Almost looked like it was an out at first, but Giambi hustling down the line.
You know, I don't know, with Giambi running, he might have had time to plant and throw to get a whole lot more on that. But now it's 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. Tulowitzki 0 for 2 with a RBI grounder and a fly ball.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything, Bob. Can't go to sleep on Tulowitzki.
No, sir.
Came out last night, got a home run. 32 last year.
Not the first time he's done that.
Nope. So, big batter right here.
24 homers in 07, a major league rookie shortstop record. And a little pop fly. Adam Kennedy is there. He has it. Rockies tied the game, but strand 2 more. It's a 4-4 game. ahead of the hitters. And right now, Rob, if the Nats could even come close to a 4 or a 5 ERA, they'd be winning almost every night.
Yeah, this would be a much different record, but you know what? We'll take the good. We'll take the good any day over last year at this time. The team playing much better. The defense is outstanding. The offense is outstanding. And you can tighten up pitching. Whether you have to trade for it, bring up a Strasburg and a Storm, I don't think that will be the issue. But getting this kind of offense and defense, it's fun to watch.
Nyjer Morgan, 1 for 2, bunt base hit, led to a 4-run inning last time. So here he is in the 4th inning, hitting for the 3rd time. And Hamill misses low 2-0.
Well, maybe it's time to have about a 5 ERA and a win. See all those ERAs under 3 in all of our wins. Sometimes you got to win ugly.
Morgan shows bunt, pulled the bat back. Bruce Druckman says no swing. The count goes to 3-0.
We can win this ball game. Once again, you look at Tyler Walker's outing last night, sucking up a bunch of innings for the bullpen. That might be the difference. There's Tyler. Hamill's still pumping it in there in the 90s.
69 pitches for him, 81 for John Lennon in 4 innings. Morgan lays down another bunt. He is safe. The ball gets away.
Another hit.
Yeah, they'll have to give him a base hit there. Now they're going to call him out for running in the baseline. Mike Estabrook, the home plate umpire, is going to call him out for running on the fair side of the line.
Wow. I don't know what game it was where we talked about this being out of the baseline and it went against us. Didn't get the call, and now we'll have to see it from a different angle. There's Melvin Moore. Excellent play.
Well, Nyjer was running on the fair side of the first base line until his last step or two.
Kind of hard for you to get back over to the right side of the baseline when you lay down a bunt like that.
The play goes 5-3. On interference by the runner.
No, I think it's the right call, Bob, but it really stinks when it goes against us. And when we could use some help, they don't seem to be noticing the guy running in the grass. So,
yeah, we had a play here. I think it was Monday night when the Rockies had a runner going down fair.
It's okay.
Nobody said a word.
Shake it off. Let's go.
Here's Guzman.
Like we said, I think it was in New York where Jim Riggleman had a meeting and said, listen, we're not going to get the calls until we become a winning organization and one that people take seriously.
Guzman pulls one right side. Big hop for Barmas. And now it's 2 quick outs with Ryan Zimmerman coming up. A lot less controversial tonight was the Geico President's race. When Teddy came out, Freddie, Teddy, doesn't matter anymore. He comes out with his parasol. When a guy comes out with his parasol, Rob, you don't like his chances.
Well, I mean, I would if maybe he, knocked Abe down with it or something to get an advantage. But once again, every time Teddy gets the advantage, he's disqualified. So.
I don't know. Every night we decide if it's funny anymore.
It's funny because we make it funny, Bob.
It's got to win sometime.
I think Teddy's wife, I think he wins at home. He's always a winner.
Okay.
I think there's a good woman behind Teddy.
Done behind Zimmerman. Ryan got jammed by that ball just enough. It turns into a 1-2-3 for Hamill in the fourth, and a tie game. Thousand kids 12 and under receive a free kids cap presented by our friends at Smithfield. Get a family fun pack ticket. It includes a seat, hot dog, chips, and soda starting at just $14. And you can do that at nationals.com.
Are those barbecue chips? Because if they're barbecue, I'm in.
If they have them, you can choose them. Or you don't get a cap, though.
Yeah, but do you have a certain chip that you like?
I'm a kind of a traditional Ruffles guy myself.
Okay.
The really disgusting salty ones.
Guess Ruffles is never going to be a sponsor. I love them for dipping. That French onion
dip with some Ruffles.
There you go.
Give me that and a slice of pizza, and
I'm at the ball game.
I'm there. Little sour cream and onion chips too.
I like those too. Pretty much like every chip.
The 0-2 to Brad Hopp is out of play to the left side. He's 2 for 2 with a homer and a base hit. Bradley Bonte Hopp from Boswell, Texas. Rockies 11th rounder 10 years ago. Tried to pull that breaking ball. That's one of the better ones John's thrown. And he gets an easy ground ball. 5th inning, time for AT&T trivia. On this date in '61, which team defeated the Minnesota Twins in their first home opener?
Senators?
Well, the Senators were the Twins.
Who
became the Twins? Does that have something to do with tonight's game? Is there somebody in this ballpark who had something to do with that?
Maybe managed in Chicago or Detroit.
Maybe it was the new Senators who went on to Texas in '72.
So it would be the Rangers. The Rangers.
Two balls and no strikes to Mora. They'll pull it down the line, well foul. Man, that guy's taking some swings.
Professional hitter, lifetime 280 hitter. Man, he is just happy to be getting some ABs. And back in '61, weren't the Twins playing outdoors?
Oh, yeah, Metropolitan Stadium. The Met.
Rod Carew and Bert Blylev been talking about those cold April nights. When the Brewers were in the American League, were the Brewers in existence in '61? I wasn't even born.
No. They were the Seattle Pilots in '69 and moved to Milwaukee after 1 year. I'm going to say the Washington Senators, because after the original Senators left for Minnesota, there was another version that played here and then went on to become the Texas Rangers. Let's see. One of the most famous lines ever by an owner, Bob Short, for the second Senators left for Texas. It was already announced the team was leaving. Not many people were coming to Griffith Stadium. And he said the only people in the ballpark are the pickpockets and the politicians, and I can't tell the difference. Halfway through the ball game, it's a 4-4 score in Washington. Need some popcorn.
The hammer that was the nail to give us the tie ball game, and as you said, then he would steal second, score on another hit.
Yeah, the hammer drives in a run, then he manufactures another one.
That's some Natstown ball for you.
Here's Adam Dunn, bottom of the 5th inning, tie game. Big shift is on, 3 Rockies and an umpire between the first and second base bags. And the other umpire's not too far away.
I'm sure that's really nice for Adam to see over there. There's about 8 people on the right side of the diamond.
Yeah. Looks like the old playground ball games used to play when it used to be like 20 guys on every side because everybody wanted to play. Hard to find hits out there. Adam Dunn hits one to center. Dexter Fowler there for the first out here. Next up, Willingham and Harris. San Diego is a suddenly hot ball club, winning 5 games in a row, and they're ahead of the Giants 5-1 out west in what was an afternoon game out there, late afternoon start.
Led by Rick Eckstein's brother.
David Eckstein with a walk-off homer a couple of nights ago. And Adrian Gonzalez and Nick Huntley have hit homers tonight for the Rockies, who lead the Giants 5-1.
A dilemma for new GM Jed Hoyer. Do I trade Adrian Gonzalez or do we stick it out? Keep him, try to win. The way the Red Sox are going right now, they might offer up a few people to try to get Adrian Gonzalez.
That would be a feeding frenzy.
Oh, David Ortiz got pinch hit by Mike Lowell last night. Snapped his bat. I'm not happy.
Inside to Willingham. Brewers have homers from Ricky Weeks and Ryan Braun, numbers 3 and 4. And they lead 5-0 in the middle innings at Pittsburgh. Phillies 2-0 at Atlanta. Roy Halladay's given up 1 hit in 5 innings. How's that for a stopper?
Kid's going to be good someday.
Cubs 2 at the Mets 1. Rod Barajas, his 3rd homer of the year for New York. The Dodgers and the Reds are tied 4-4 in the 5th in Cincinnati. And the Astros a run bottom of the 1st to lead the Marlins at Houston 1-0. That's Josh Johnson giving up that run. 2-2 to Willingham, the former Marlin. And he takes a breaking ball in the dirt.
Yeah, that Met game, by the way, isn't that Carlos Silva?
It is.
Versus Oliver Perez. And they both have very good ERA so far this year, so go figure.
Three and 2. Willingham gets a fastball. Big hop to Mora. Melvin Mora's playing some pretty good baseball for the Rockies. And now that's 6 in a row for Jason Hamill. Tomorrow, Livan Hernandez, Ubaldo Jimenez coming off his no-hitter. Nats Extra at 4 p.m. The Dodgers are in for 3. Saturday's another day game at 1. And then on to Wrigley Field Monday night. The Nats will play 3 at Chicago, 3 at Florida on that trip.
Hey, Lebo's coming off a shutout.
Yes, he is. In fact, he was my favorite for pitcher of the week until Jimenez did his thing. Kind of hard to not give the award to a no-hitter. And here's Willie Harris, who's 0 for 2. Ball slicing out of play, left field line.
Mike Pelfrey, another good outing last night, so maybe there's hope for a number 2 with Johan Santana in New York.
Caps and the Canadiens, by the way, 2-2 in the 2nd at Montreal. Might be the biggest grind in all of sports, the Stanley Cup playoffs, getting all the way through that.
Every series is 7 games.
In fact, our director, Doug Yulacki, an ardent hockey guy, he made a great point in a conversation we had the other day. He said you hardly ever see a hockey team repeat anymore because the trip all the way to the finals just takes it out of them. Guys playing hurt.
Well, think of the travel, though, in those series. 2-2, then 1-1-1.
Yeah. One ball and 2 strikes to Willie Harris. He tried that same backdoor breaking ball he had him looking at for strike 3 last time. Kansas City cooled off Toronto today 4-3. That's the one final that's in from the American League.
Yeah, that was Greinke versus Markham.
Ended up a 4-3 game with Kansas City scoring in the 10th. Willie Harris is gone. He's 0 for 3. Pitchers are settling down 4-4 into the 6th inning.
Institute of Health in Bethesda, Maryland, as part of his Lannon's Cannons program. Yesterday, he hosted the kids here, and here's more from John on that.
Just trying to get these kids out here and let them enjoy a baseball game. These kids go through a lot of treatments during the day, and it's a great way for their families and the kids themselves to come out and get away from the hospital and get away from the inn. So that's all that it is, and I think it goes a long way with the families, and I think it's a great way to escape.
I spoke to the kids that were here yesterday. They had a blast with John, and they're still talking about John's visit last Halloween where they got to wrap him up as a mummy. Bob?
What's more fun than that?
I want my mummy.
That's great. Nice going, John. Lannon's Cannons.
Fantastic.
Nationals active in the community. Ball hit high in the air by Barmas down the left field line, and Josh Willingham will catch it when it finally comes down for the first out here in the 6th.
Squeeze it, Hammer.
Hamill will bat. Interesting now that through 5, both pitchers have settled down. John Lannon had 93 pitches, 59 strikes, and then Hamill had 90 with 55 in the zone. Part of Natstown, Lannon's Cannons. So you'd have to say about both pitchers, Rob, some rocky times early, but both surviving nicely in the middle innings.
It's just a battle. Old-time baseball. Pitch along with the game, throw the pitch counts out the window, and just go get them.
Chopper went back over Will Nieves' head.
I mean, kind of some miserable conditions. It's not bad if it's balmy and muggy and humid and rainy, but it's cold. About 50, 55 degrees. It's cold and nasty tonight. Lannon showing he's a guy from New York, no sleeves on.
Yeah,
I'm not cold.
tough guy.
It's us.
That Andre Ethier kid's hit another home run tonight. Dodgers lead at Cincinnati, 5-4 in the 5th. We'll check in on one of the better young players in this league this weekend when Ethier and the Dodgers are here. Breaking ball, Lannon gets a piece of it, but the ball slowed down too much for Kennedy. And luckily, the ball did not roll into the dugout.
Matt Kemp's been on fire. That's a big-time center fielder. Those kids took over the team last year, by the way. This is the replay on this ball. Another one off of John Lannon. He's taking a beating tonight. Still out there. Right off, it looks like the knee or the quad, and Adam Kennedy still trying to make the play.
Yep.
No, that was one you eat.
John Lannon, that was another big hanging breaking ball that he threw to the opposing pitcher. John's made some mistakes with that pitch tonight. Now here's Carlos Gonzalez, a left-handed batter who's 3 for 3 against Lannon. So the left-hander has taken away his changeup. He's gone up the middle and left field twice with his hits. That one he was trying to pull.
UPS store here on the pitch track, down and away. He tries to pull that, and you're going to swing and miss, and not even close.
Pitch track from the UPS store, where we do a lot more than shipping. Gonzalez, 24 years of age, came in the 4-player deal with Oakland November of 08 that sent Matt Holliday, who the Rockies were not going to re-sign, to the A's, and brought Houston Street, now injured, to the Rockies.
Our general manager and vice president, Mike Rizzo, drafted him back with the D-backs.
He signed with Arizona at the age of 16 in 02. Sean Burnett, the lefty. Tyler Clippard, the right-hander.
Matt Capps bringing water for the pitchers. See, that's a veteran leader. Look at that. That's amazing.
Well, he knows they might get it to him to finish it off tonight. He wants him to be well nourished. Another hit for Gonzalez.
Get it back.
A 4-hit night for Carlos Gonzalez, who came in batting .333. And the hitter will be Dexter Fowler. John Lannon is at 107 pitches. This is the manager, not the pitching coach. He took one look to the bullpen. Fowler, a right-handed batter, and for now, John Lannon stays. So Fowler at the plate. Carlos Gonzalez, by the way, just had his second 4-hit game this year and the 4th of his career. Bouncer, Zimmerman. Oh, look at that. How about this double play? 5-4-3, started by the Gold Glover. That's a quick entry to the bottom of the 6th. Some of the biggest baseball cards you'll ever see, and some of the biggest fans are here at the ballpark on a rough night to show up. Not a big crowd, but they're being treated to a really entertaining ball game. 4-4, Ryan Zimmerman spins a Gold Glove double play. And for the rest of the month of April, the Nats are collecting new toothbrushes for the earthquake victims in Haiti. We encourage you to donate a new toothbrush or a whole sack of them at the community desk or the foundation kiosk and help bring a smile to our friends in Haiti. Bottom of the 6th. Evidently, Jim Riggleman went out there and told John Lannon to make Fowler hit the ball to Zimmerman so he could come right back to the dugout. And here's Kennedy, Nieves, and then John Lannon's spot. And as Clippard continues to heat up, it looks like John will be pinch hit 4 here in the 6th.
Well, now you know why that one hit that wasn't called an error that went by Zim about a week ago. Now you know why I said that, because he normally makes those plays.
That was lovely. Sean Burnett has taken a seat. Kennedy strikes out on a pitch up and away because the pitcher got him to 0-2. 6 strikeouts for Jason Hamill. 9 o'clock in our nation's capital. Thanks for being with us tonight. Here at the ballpark, Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble, Debbie Taylor, our Masson HD production crew. As this one is just about to get into the late innings. Will Nieves the batter. Will's been aboard twice, once an error, once a clean single to right field.
Hamill on pitch number 93, hit 93 on the gun. Still has a lot left in the tank.
Justin Maxwell to hit for John Lannon.
The Max Factor. Secret weapon comes out.
John Lannon, if this is indeed his final line, goes 6 innings, 4 runs, 11 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts, gave up a homer, huge double play ball. Not quite a quality start, but he's got his team in the game with a chance to win. That's all that really matters.
Stats don't matter, Bob. Wins.
Exactly.
We need wins.
And John didn't get a decision Friday night, but his team won the ball game.
No, and I would say that's his best performance of the year. Gave up the 2 in the first inning, worked his way out of that. Whatever he had left, he used in the next 5 innings.
Tulowitzki takes care of Nieves for the second out here in the 6th. Maxwell coming up. Our copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Justin Maxwell as a pinch hitter, 0 for 1 this year. And he goes up first pitch swinging. Short right center, Fowler, inning over. 10 in a row for Jason Hamill. This game's into the 7th. Are so good on the defensive side. Here's where Rob checks in with our Home Depot doing more on defense.
Well, it helps when you don't have your best stuff working to have one of these on defense. I don't know what shelf it is at the Home Depot you can get a Zim. But beautiful defense tonight. Coming in was wonderful. Starting that play, you got to make the catch first. And that's one of the most difficult in-between hops you could ever get. Zim makes those look easy. They're not.
He is amazing. Nationals turned their 12th double play of the year. For the Rockies, top 7 against Tyler Clippard, who is on for his 7th appearance. Giambi, Tulowitzki, and Haup. When Tyler gets first pitch strikes, he is tough. Giambi, an infield hit last time against the shift. And Guzman now is over on the right field side of second base. And of course, the last time Giambi was up, there was a runner at second. So Zimmerman had to stay closer to third, and Guzman was over on the other side of second base, playing short up the middle.
Be careful. Those off-speed pitches now for Giambi. Not catching up to a lot of good fastballs. Gotta be careful.
.435 first pitch tomorrow. Levon and Ubaldo Jimenez. Giambi gone to start the 7th.
He's all over the breaking ball, but here's the straight change. 80, lower half, beautiful pitch right there. Froze Giambi. I don't think he was expecting that.
Right where Will Nieves wanted it. Tulowitzki here. 0 for 3 tonight.
Oh boy, pump it in there. Good slider or cut fastball.
Well, John Lannon battles his way through 6 innings tonight. Rob, the first pitch strikes were not a regular or frequent enough occurrence, but John showed us something after those early struggles to get through 6.
Beautiful breaking ball.
Had the right-handed batter buckling right there.
Oh, there was a term and a phrase they used to use when you had to really give your best effort. It's called bowing your neck, and this really means stepping up. And John Lannon stepped up tonight when he had to. That's a beautiful over-the-top breaking ball by Mr. Clippard.
And Tulowitzki gets a base hit.
One too many.
Yep.
And way too much of the plate on an 0-2 pitch.
That hurts.
It does hurt.
Now you've got a really good left-handed batter coming up.
Well, that's just a bad selection by your catcher and your pitcher right there. 0-2, something out of the zone. This is a strikeout curveball right there, and Tulowitzki jumps all over it.
Right in the heart of the plate. He knows he made a big mistake there. And it was his pitch to shake off, but he didn't. 1 on, 1 out. Brad Haup 2 for 3 with a home run.
It's different if a starter gets beat on his second or third best pitch, but relievers, especially when you throw in the 90s, you don't want to get beat on a slow breaking ball or a changeup. I don't mean beat on a home run. I mean just starting off in a rally with a hit. An 0-2 pitch. It's not good.
In the air left side. Zimmerman having a look. It's staying in. He's got it. 2 outs. Follow the Nats on your iPhone, iPod Touch, BlackBerry, and Android phone with MLB.com at Bat 2010, featuring play-by-play video highlights and live audio broadcasts. Melvin Mora 1 for 3 with a couple of ground balls after a first inning single. Up and in, 2-0.
Now, my point on the off-speed stuff was good fastball, and he hit a home run earlier in the game on a bad breaking ball, 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Look at how late Hop is right here. Just eats him up. And he pops it up to the third baseman in foul territory. So you can get away with 91, 92. You don't get away too often with the hanging breaking balls in the 70s and 80s.
Blew it right by Mora on 2-0.
He's got a great fastball, 2-0. Just challenge him, and it's right by Melvin, who's been on fire. Well, you want to spot that fastball. You just don't want to keep firing down Broadway. But point being, not many guys, even when they're looking for 90, can hit it.
Oh, my. What a jump by Tulowitzki. This ball right field. Willie Harris in foul ground after a long run. Now the Nats, after the stretch, have the top of the order. Speedy Niger Morgan, sweet swinging Christian Guzman, and Zimmerman.
Still seeing their starting pitcher. Hopefully we can get to him.
Niger Morgan to lead off here in the bottom of the seventh. He's laid down a couple of bunts tonight. One of them for a hit. Another one that we thought was one. So this should be interesting. Melvin Mora is already on the grass, about 8 feet in front of the infield dirt. He's also guarding the line here in the seventh inning. Hats off to Hamill for sticking around. First pitch strike to Niger, 1 for 3 tonight, and 3 for 9 in this series.
Well, and for Jim Tracy and Bob Apodaca, looking at their pitcher and asking him, are you okay? You got one more? And staying with the big fella. I mean, as a starter, you never want to come out of the game. You shouldn't be looking down at the bullpen. You shouldn't be looking at your pitch counts. Leo Mazzoni told me he used to lie to Greg Maddux about his pitch count. Maddux would throw about 75, 80 pitches to start. Leo told me, he said, well, it was tough to lie to Greg because he counted his pitches anyway. He knew exactly how many he had thrown. That's how good he was. So he'd say, well, how many pitches you got? 65. No, I don't. I got 75.
That backdoor breaking ball just staying outside. Yeah, it's a good 1-2 pitch.
I mean, if I'm out there, I want that pitch. I mean, I don't want it because I'm with the Nationals, but this guy's got a really good breaking ball.
2-2 to Morgan. Check swing. Fortunately fouled.
See, I'm all about the guy's glove. I loved my glove when I was a pitcher league. He's got the cool purple leather inside that glove.
Morgan, base hit, right field. Lead runs on. You know, and I bet you our old buddy Keith Schultz, the Rockies clubhouse director, had something to do with that. One of the best in the business, along with our own Mike Wallace.
Exmo on this great base hit by Niger Morgan. Got a fastball that he could handle. Some great breaking balls by Hamill. And once again, it's not recognizing when a guy is not on one of your pitches, you give him something and he can handle, and he beats you.
Here's Guzman. See what kind of lead Morgan gets here now. Front foot right out to the cut of the grass. That's not a very big lead.
That's not a balk because he stepped off the rubber before he did that little juke.
So once you're off the rubber, you can do anything to deceive a runner, huh?
Yeah, but you're more annoyed that the guy didn't go back to first base when he stepped off. Niger's a master annoyer. Nothing is more disruptive to a pitcher's flow than a guy that's got speed, a guy that's looking to steal every time he gets on first. For us, we're glad we have Niger on this side. Now we get the opposing broadcasters come up and go, man, the Nationals really have an identity. Now you got Niger Morgan. Top of your order, they know when you got some speed. Just like when we used to play the Cardinals and you had Vince Coleman and Willie McGee and Ozzie Smith, and you had a lot of guys that drove you crazy on the base paths.
He hit .351 in 49 games before he got hurt last year. So he changed the complexion of our ball club. And now the Nats have gathered other speedy guys around him like Willie Taveras. Willie Harris was already here. Joe Beimel looking clean cut, warming up in the bullpen.
Just got a birthday while he was here in town, so maybe he said, I'll give it an old birthday shave.
Now they got Morgan hung up. 4-3. 4 again. 6. Guzman hit the ball right at the second baseman.
Well, you're just trying to move the runner up. Get that go-ahead run. Barmes that time caught it. Great play. Giambi runs him back. He gets out of the way there. The pickle, and finally he's finished off. But
you got to give
great try by Niger.
You got to give Jason Hamill a lot of credit. He has not let Niger Morgan steal a base on him tonight. Kept throwing over there. And now the bases are empty. 2 outs for Ryan Zimmerman.
Well, Zim's been hot. Almost gotten that ERA down all the way to 8.2.
Jammed Zimmerman last time. Got a fly ball to center.
He takes one hanging breaking ball.
Ryan with a walk. And a single up the middle tonight.
Kid's still throwing good. Throwing well, excuse me. The batter's eye.
Yeah, they got the ticket sign up on the batter's eye. That needs to be rotated, so it's a green background. They just did that. Real close, but it's 3-0. Now you got to give Zimmerman the green light here.
Oh, absolutely. This pitch is on the black. 2-0 on the pitch track. Hey, thank you. That one was farther out. Pitch track 3-1. That ball's low. It's okay. Come on, Zim. You want to hit anyway, buddy. You didn't want to walk.
Three and two now with the bases empty, 2 outs. Zimmerman goes to right field. That ball is carrying off the wall.
Come on, Zim. Come on, Zim. Go 3.
Gets away from Hop, and Zimmerman pulls into second base. I hope he didn't hurt himself. Ryan did not look good halfway from first to second there, because when that ball got by Hop, we're all thinking triple.
Well, definitely doesn't look good on a cold night like tonight. See him jump out of the box. He's hustling all the way. He sees it. He thinks it might be off the wall or gone. And once it got by Hop, right about there, he pulls up. This is real speed coming around first. And there you see the grimace on his face.
Yeah, just a change in his expression, then the grimace.
I hope it's a cramp. I'm sure he's still doing he's trying to stretch it. I'm sure he's still doing a lot of strengthening stuff before and after games. He's reaching for the hamstring back there behind, right near the attachment on the knee.
Man, you'd hate to see him hurt himself on a base hit trying to get home, and they're going to take him out.
Oh, you can't risk it on a night like tonight.
The Nats could run Willie Taveras here.
It's going to be Desmond.
Or Desmond, who can stay in, play defense. We'll probably put him at short, Guzman at second, and Kennedy at third. We won't worry about that on the top of the 8th, but Guzman hit into the double play, and then Zimmerman doubled to put the Nats in a position to take the lead.
Well, now Jim Tracy runs out. We may talk about walking Dunn here. Get to Willingham.
Got nothing left. Let's go.
Hamill's still out there after 114 pitches. Right-handed Willingham on deck. Let's see what they do with Dunn. We'll know as soon as we see what the catcher does here. And he's going to go down into his crouch. Adam 2 for 3 tonight. Shift is on. A little ground ball over that left side of the infield would be sweet. Moore is about 30 feet off the line and nothing until the other side of the bag.
Well, this is a lot of confidence by Jim Tracy in his pitcher. I said before, he had the best earned run average on the road last year for the Rockies, so the starting rotation for the Rockies out of spring training last year.
Inside, counts even 1-1. Capitals, by the way, have taken a 4-2 third period lead at Montreal. Nats trying to bust out on top in this 4-4 game, bottom of the 7th.
Not mine. 6-2, 6-4 lead right here. Come on, Adam.
Now the breaking ball stays outside, 2-1.
Well, I think that Jim Tracy told Hamill, you can pitch to him. don't give him anything to hit. So they're pitching him quite carefully, breaking balls away.
Hoping
down
Dunn will
low,
get himself
exactly.
out.
See if he'll go fishing. This is kind of a deep sea expedition. And I doubt he'll throw anything, and if he does, it's probably a mistake.
Adam Dunn, right center field, didn't get it. Fowler, 3 outs. Boy, that double play ball was huge, and the Nats have stranded 6 runners tonight. Interesting matchup tomorrow. 4:30 Mass in HD. And Ubaldo Jimenez, a no-hitter in Atlanta. There's the final out. First one in Rockies history. We're going to cover the bases with Livan Hernandez, who has a 0 ERA, 16 innings, complete game last start. He's been fantastic. We'll get you going at 4 o'clock. Nats Extra, presented by your Washington Ford dealers. Adam Kennedy goes to third. Ian Desmond checks in at short, and Christian Guzman over to second base here in the 8th. Bottom 3 for the Rockies: Chris Iannetta, Clint Barmas, and then the pitcher spot. Sean Burnett is up. And a big reason for that would be a gentleman named Todd Helton, who's on the bench. Could be hitting in that number 9 hole tonight. Although Seth Smith is the left-handed batter with a helmet on, holding a bat down in the dugout. Rafael Betancourt. And a 1-2 from Clippard to Iannetta. Couldn't catch up with that fastball. Count stays 2-2.
Well, I was reading before the game that Kelly McGregor, president of the Rockies that passed away, was very close to Todd Helton. They hunted together, they lifted weights together, and Todd said, I can't even put it into words. So maybe Jim Tracy's just giving him the night off to just, I guess, reflect.
Rockies are wearing a commemorative patch for Kelly McGregor, who passed away yesterday at the age of 48. Outstanding football player at Colorado State, then the NFL, drafted by the Broncos. George Frazier, Rocky broadcaster, told me that Kelly McGregor was a guy who was honest, no nonsense,
And that was his number when he played football.
Yeah, he was a tight end.
Said he was a imposing figure, a gentle man. 6'7". Also said that he was a rising star in baseball, well liked by a lot of people.
I had one Rockies person tell me that he was so bright and so loved this game, could have been a guy considered as a commissioner candidate someday. Three-two again. Clippard keeps pumping strikes in there. Iannetta keeps spoiling them. This is a hitter who's 4 for 26 on the year. Well, and Clippard wins the battle. Popped up. Guzman, the second baseman now, for the first out here in the 8th. The official magazine of the Washington Nationals is Nationals Magazine. Jason Marquis, hoping to become a game changer for this ball club, on the cover. Looking at a lot of really neat spring training photography on the inside.
Some great pictures of the men, but you know what? We're in it too, Bob.
Between you and me, Matt Caps. Who's in it?
We are. We're near the back.
We are?
Yes, we are.
I didn't know that.
Some wonderful pictures of us.
Really?
Yeah.
Would I lie to you, Bob? Wow, Phil Wood looks good. Charlie, Dave, Byron, Phil, Bob.
The gang's all there.
Rob, Johnny, Ray, and Debbie. I think Debbie's picture's the best. Well, that was nice of them, too.
That was very nice of them.
Pages 101 and 102, for those of you by the way.
Keeping score at home.
Well, you know,
I love you.
Well, you know,
that's
the magazine's got 124 pages. We're 20 pages in from the back, Rob Dibble. I like it. But it's a great magazine. All things Nats. Great photography. Hope you enjoy it. Pick it up around the ballpark when you're here.
Jammage right there.
Clint Barmas with a count of 0-2. Tyler Clippard. Well, we know that he can go more than one inning and get a very good relief job done. He's already accomplished that this year.
I think he gets stronger the longer he's out there. More strikeouts. That was a great inside pitch.
Wow. Fastball, no chance. Well, Rob, he started 131 games in the minor leagues.
No, I mean, he's got starter stuff. It's just you don't want to get beat with that third or fourth starter type pitch when you're only out there for a couple of innings. 0-2, beautifully placed after that first jam shot. And you see Barmas, look at that back leg go out. The Exmo shows that pitching inside sets up the outside. Not even close. He was bailing.
Yes, he was.
He's running back toward the dugout.
He goes off speed to Seth Smith, who was in the lineup and went 0 for 4 in the series opener Monday night. And batting for Hamill, who battled his way through 7 innings, gave up 3 earned runs. A Barmas error was costly. Gave the Nationals 8 hits. He threw a big double play ball, struck out 6. And the big thing for him was only 1 walk tonight.
Well, and like John Lanning, give Jason Hamill a lot of credit. That was a gutsy performance. You're coming off a horrific appearance against the Atlanta Braves where you just blew up. And one of the shortest of his career, if not the shortest outing of his career. And then you come back and you just gut it out for 7. Oh, nice pitch. Wow.
Instead of 2-2, 3-1.
Wow.
By the way, it's the bottom of the 9th in Atlanta, and a 2-0 Phillies lead, and Roy Halladay is still pitching.
2-1, perfect time for a changeup. Three and 1, another good time for a changeup. And if you'll throw it 3-1 and 3-2, come back right here, 3-2. Something off speed. Just make it low.
4-4 game, 2 outs, top of the 8th.
So if you're wondering what he's doing, there's like a spiky plastic thing there to get all the dirt and mud off your spikes behind the mount. I didn't have that when I played, but golfers would know what that is.
3-2 to Smith from Clippard, who steps out now. Smith does. Clippard.
There you go. Thank you. Beautiful shot.
Somebody told me that's the only thing they've done for the pitchers since 1968.
Oh, no, you can go to your mouth now on the dirt. It's a beautiful pitch.
I'm telling you, in this series, strikes are so hard to get from Bruce Dreckman and Mike Estabrook. That's a 2-out walk on almost a perfect pitch.
Well, 3-2, running fastball. Not going to get the call. It's all right. Move on.
And try to get out Carlos Gonzalez, who's 4 for 4 tonight. All of that against John Lennon. So maybe the right-hander can get him.
Due to make it out.
Capitals win at Montreal tonight, 6-3. A commanding 3-1 lead in that series, coming home for Game 5. Nice going, guys.
Well, the Clouds couldn't wait anymore.
Gonzalez trying to bunt, and he foul-tipped it.
Well, I don't think anybody expected that if you go 4 for 4. But he does have great speed, and with 2 outs, he'll move the runner up a base, put him in a scoring position.
Squared around again.
Well, Adam Kennedy's playing very deep at third base. And I think he recognizes that the Gold Glove, Ryan Zimmerman, is no longer over there. How deep our left side's playing.
Overmatching him with that fastball. 1-2. Man, he's got some guys bailing and wailing right now.
Well, and in Tyler's case, once you see a few of those change-ups and you know that's in his arsenal, that 91 looks like about 95. They're way behind it.
Threw it by him for another strikeout. Clippard, 2 innings of scoreless relief on 3 Ks. Bottom of the 8th. Willingham, Harris, Kennedy in a managed to stick around for 6. A big night for Carlos Gonzalez of the Rockies, his 4th career 4-hit game. Ryan Zimmerman evidently aggravated his hamstring, running out a double in the 7th, left the ball game. We hope Ryan's okay, of course. And he was on base 3 times tonight and played some spectacular defense.
Well, he's one of the best third basemen in the game, one of the best overall players in the game. This is his defense, which is Gold Glove. It's fantastic at the hot corner. And then on offense, just missed a go-ahead home run right there. As he rounded first and was thinking 3. That's when he aggravated the hamstring, and we hope it's just a cramp or some soreness.
I think the fact that he considered staying in the game is a good sign.
Yes.
It wasn't like he said, I got to get out of here.
But that's the big story.
Here's Rafael Betancourt, 34-year-old right-hander, who split the season between Cleveland, 29 games, and Colorado, 32 last year. Longtime Indian, 03 into the 09 season. He'll face Josh Willingham, 1 for 3 with an RBI hit.
There was a good period of time where this is one of the best setup guys in the game.
Ripped off the glove of Mora. Because he was guarding the line, it kept it out of the left field corner. But it's a fair ball for a base hit.
Bob, right you were. No doubles right here, but this is a bullet.
And that ball would have gone foul.
And it just went off the glove of Melvin Mora, so he keeps it in play and actually helps the Nationals.
Our down-the-line replay showed that ball had severe hook on it, but you're the third baseman. You got to catch that ball if you can try, and that's what he did. So here's Willie Harris.
You got to bunt right here. You cannot afford to hit into another double play.
Yeah, that Guzman at bat last inning, very damaging.
Well, especially if you had bunted. Would have had at least 1 run, maybe more.
I'm just wondering if he bunts Morgan to second, if they would have pitched to Ryan Zimmerman, but they would have had to pitch to Adam Dunn.
Right. Well, you can't look back, but you got to look forward, and you got to try to take the lead right here.
Willingham's been a very good base runner in this season. 3 steals already. He has a decent lead. Willie's a good bunter. Pulls the bat back, strike 1.
Give yourself up. Try to get it to Giambi. Giambi's not fleet of foot any longer. So try to give it to him and not Melvin Mora.
By the way, Roy Halladay just went the distance in Atlanta in a 2-0 Phillies win. They were not about to turn that game over to the bullpen.
Or Roy. Roy probably to Rich Doobie or Charlie May. I got this, guys.
Yeah.
This is mine.
He stops the Phillies' 3-game losing streak.
That's why they got him.
And gives them a 9-5 record. He's 4-0, by the way, already, Roy Halladay.
He's just showing off.
Because he can.
Because he can.
Harris squaring early. Long pause by Betancourt. Willie deadens that ball perfectly. Mora to Barmes. 5-4 on the sacrifice. Well done by Willie Harris. That'll bring up Adam Kennedy, who's 0 for 3 tonight. He's in the 7th spot. Then Will Nieves. Well, supposed to be Will Nieves. Interesting hitter standing in the on-deck circle. At least it was. Pudge Rodriguez came out. And now Will replaces him, who's already in the game. Pudge will probably bat 9th.
There's Pudgy.
He came out like he was on deck. He'll be on deck after they walk Kennedy and pitch to Will Nieves. This is only the 2nd walk issued by Colorado pitching tonight, and the Nationals have only issued 2. So for all the problems the starting pitchers had in the first part of this ball game, they didn't walk anybody to speak of, and that kept them around a lot longer. Will is 1 for 3 tonight. Out of bunt by Willie Harris.
This is textbook right here. Not an easy guy to bunt off of. Betancourt puts it up in the zone, and Willie deadens it. Kids, that's the shock absorber effect you're going for. You deaden the ball, you give yourself up and sacrifice the runner in the scoring position. couldn't be more fundamentally sound right there with Willie Harris. And then you get some Gatorade-free trouble.
A couple of pats on the back and high fives.
I think I'd be in there drinking some hot cocoa or something.
Here's Will. And knowing Jim Riggleman, it's not guaranteed he's batting Pudge next. He's been known to put hitters in the on-deck circle as decoys. Will Nieves turns on one. It'll get out of play. Barely.
Well, you're always talking about it's coming back. It's curving back in. This is a big hack by Will Nieves. He tries to give us a 2-3-run lead. Swing of the bat.
Willingham single to lead off the inning. Kennedy intentionally walked one out later.
Maybe he gets the pitch away that he loves so much.
I'd jam him too because he's a good right field shooter. Four game, bottom of the 8th. Gap in left center. The ball is on the ground. Willingham scores. Kennedy will be held. The Nationals lead 5-4.
Will Nieves welcomes Rafael Betancourt to Natstown. Bam! Hanging breaking ball. Exmo will catch the action. Look at that. Even off balance, he crushes this ball right by Dexter Fowler. And that speed gets it before it gets to the wall, and that's what kept Adam Kennedy from scoring, Bob. But Josh Willingham comes in, and Nats got the lead. Time for Matt Capps.
Huge hit by Will Nieves. Here's Pudge Rodriguez. Infield in.
Oh, don't stop there.
Well, this is the league's leading hitter at 444. I guess they didn't want Will Nieves to hit the ball to right field, did they?
No, they did.
They kept pitching him inside. He pulled one long foul ball, then jacked one right into the gap.
Well, and that's where Betancourt's got such good stuff. You pitch to your strengths against a part-time catcher, and they got burned by the scouting report that a guy likes to go to right. He likes to go to right. Well, he's still got some pop to the gap.
Rodriguez gets jammed and quickly to Pudge. It's 0-2. Getting the night off. 13 points ahead of Martin Prado. Pudge was originally going to play tonight and take tomorrow off, but then he told Jim Riggleman, I didn't realize that Levon Hernandez was pitching on Thursday, and I really would like to handle him. And Jim said, that's fine. We'll get Will in there Wednesday night. Pudge expected to be back in tomorrow as a starter, and here he is pinch hitting. Sometimes a manager defers to a future Hall of Famer on a deal like that. Look at this shot to left center. What a good catch by Gonzalez, but the Nats get a run on a sacrifice line drive by Pudge Rodriguez, and they do lead it 6-4, as foretold by Rob Dibble.
It is tough to get it over this outfield. They're so fast, but Pudge tries. Good pitch down. That's a pitcher's pitch by Betancourt, but a better Hall of Fame hitter at the dish. Pudge, sack fly, almost 2. And that's a beautiful thing right there, that insurance run. But man, that Carlos Gonzalez got on his horse and caught that ball.
Nationals hitting Betancourt hard in the 8th. Advance. Well, this game has spun round and round tonight, and now in the favor of the hard-hitting Nats, whose offense has just been fantastic lately. 11 consecutive games with at least 4 runs scored, 6 on the board tonight, and former Met National Joe Beimel against Niger Morgan here. Runners at a runner at second base is Nieves with 2 outs here in the 8th. So the catchers cash RBIs here. Niger Morgan 2 for 4. Melvin Morris playing way back. And I know it wouldn't drive in a run, but Niger might just bump 150 or 60 feet down the line and walk to first base. Guzman, who can bat right-handed, is on deck.
I still can't get over Arizona traded Carlos Gonzalez. What could you see that was wrong with that kid?
You know what they wanted? Dan Herron.
Whew.
He was part of that deal that brought Herron from Oakland to Arizona. There's Matt Capps. Niger Morgan hits that ball well, but out to center for Fowler. A great 8th inning for the Nats. 2 runs on 2 hits around the walk. Matt Capps has been perfect. He'll be hunting save number 6 when we bring you back to Nationals Park. Top of the 9th inning, the Nationals lead by 2. Matt Capps looking for save number 7. More on that in a moment after we look at our Washington Ford dealers drive of the game. Doesn't have to be a homer to be the drive of the game, does it?
Absolutely not. Everybody contributes in Natstown, and Will Nieves comes through again. Giving Pudge a night off. Huge clutch hit by Will. Ford drive of the game.
Willie Taveras in for defense in right field. Willie Harris moves to left. Josh Willingham out, so's Adam Kennedy, as Alberto Gonzalez takes over at third.
Well, we got our own speed demons out in the outfield now. Let's go, Matt.
He's come out for the most part and thrown nothing but strikes this year. That one by Dexter Fowler, 0-2.
Great sinking fastball right there. Buried it right into Nieves' mitt. Be afraid. Not a good 0-2 pitch. Come way in, throw it right around the front of the plate.
And the 0-2. He rings him up on the outside corner.
You got 2 runs to play with if you're the closer. Challenge people. Fowler, nothing, and you'll like it. This is a great fastball. 94 on the black. And you get to take your wood back to the bench. Now it's Giambi's turn.
And, of course, Adam Kennedy stays in the game, and he goes from third over to first, replacing Adam Dunn. Versatile defensive ball club that is tailor-made for late-inning situations just like this.
I've never seen such a team, to tell you the truth.
With so many guys.
With just so many defensive replacement options. Jim Riggleman can plug people in any which way he wants.
He might be the only manager in baseball with a depth chart for his defense. Out of play off the bat of Jason Giambi. Johnny Holiday, Ray Knight in the ballpark, standing by with Nats Extra. Verizon Fios Nats Extra post-game straight ahead. One and two as Caps goes after Giambi. Throws him a breaking ball off the plate.
Where's the pitch? Where's the pitch? That's strike 3. Come on. You don't even need to ask if he swung on that, Bob. Shouldn't be surprised, though. Come on, Matt. Like I said, you got 2 runs. You don't want to walk anybody. Make him swing it.
He gets him on the outer half.
What a sinker. Woo-hoo. That's sweet.
Nationals 1 out away from taking a 2-1 lead in this series.
90-plus with movement. Try and hit that. 93 running away from a lefty. That is nasty. Come on, Capper.
Troy Tulowitzki standing in his way, and then Brad Hawk. Nats want this thing to end right here without seeing the left-handed batter.
Exmo showing the futility trying to hit that pitch. Buried in there, baby.
And he's throwing quality strikes.
He is.
Location outstanding.
Burying those fastballs dead center to get ahead. Then he'll move to the outer inner half. Milnieva's doing a great job with him, too.
1 ball, 1 strike to Tulowitzki. 1 for 4 tonight. Base hit up the middle. That'll get the tying run up there with Brad Hawk, who's homered tonight earlier. And the Rockies have their 13th hit. They had 9 of them in the first 4 innings. Target away.
Well, on the Tulowitzki hit, too, that great running fastball worked against Matt. Will wanted it outside. It ran back over the plate. Just keep running it away from Hawk. Don't overthrow. Come on.
Hearty crowd of 11,191 here, braving a cool evening. And a 2-0 to Hawk. Dangerous pitch here. Not even close. 3-0.
Well, there's a danger on deck, too. Melvin Mora has been very hot, and with that fastball that runs in on righties, attack this lefty. Now that insurance run's huge, Bob.
It is. Now the tying run's on base. Sort of appeared there toward the end that Matt Capps wanted nothing to do with Brad Hawk. And will we see Todd Helton here?
I think you may. Or is that, no, that's Smith.
It's going to be Ian Stewart. Smith hit last inning. So for Melvin Mora, Ian Stewart.
They're throwing a pinch runner out there.
Ryan Spilborghs.
Here's the thing that I found out from a lot of pinch hitters. They hate guys that throw hard when they've been sitting around all night, especially on a night like tonight. You've got to work ahead, work this guy hard. And if you do throw something off speed, make sure it's down in the zone.
Tip, strike 2.
Got away with one there. Too much of the plate. Stewart was all over it. Real speed. You want to be a catcher? This is 94 foul tip right in the face. Wow. And that kid is nails back there, boy. You mean flinch. a lot of pitches to waste right here. Do just about anything you want.
On a fastball up. Stewart able to reach it to foul it away. Mike Rizzo standing at attention. His ball club trying to get back over 500 again. The inning started with 2 strikeouts, a Tulowitzki hit, a Hawk walk. Ian Stewart hitting for Melvin Mora.
Nice pitch.
Nieves set up low, and then he stepped up into it, and Caps delivered the high fastball.
Well, also Tulowitzki's probably given location at second base. So that's a great call right there. Change the eye level. That might even be time for a slider in the dirt right here. This guy to bed.
Two.
You just feel the drama in Mike Rizzo's face.
And a 2-2 pitch. Game over.
Atta baby.
And the Nationals take 2 of the first 3 in this series. Matt Capps is perfect in save opportunities, and Washington wins it 6-4. Matt Capps strikes out the side. Rocky Strand 2 runners on the night, and this game is over. Even though the Nats are out hit, the offense comes through, and so does the closer.